Okay, for everyone joining us, we starting the Lee Selectmen's meeting. We want to remind everyone that the meeting is recorded. We ask everyone to stay muted until you're called on, and if you would like to be recognized, use the raised hand button under reactions at the bottom of your screen. We should be all set, Madam Chair.
Do you want to read the yada yada about the Zoom meeting? Do we have to?
I just did. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Recorded, and we'll be recording, and that to use the reaction button at the bottom.
Oh yeah, I heard that. I thought there was more to it. Okay. Well, good evening. 7 o'clock. First order of business is to approve or disapprove the open session minutes of November the 16th.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of November 16th.
Any
Second.
comments? I'm sorry, Sean. Your second.
Yeah.
Any comments, corrections? Hearing none, I'll ask for a vote. All those in favor?
Bob Jones, aye.
Sean Renier, aye.
Pat Carlino, aye. Thank you. All right, we have no public hearings tonight. So we're up to public comments. If we have anyone there who wishes to speak.
Just going to give everybody a second. We do have one hand from Kathy Hall. So,
Okay,
Kathy.
Hi there. I just wanted everybody to know that we have completed putting up the frame for the ice skating rink at the Lee Athletic Field, but we are waiting for consistent 32-degree temperatures, or the word isn't temperature, but anyways, so that we can put down the tarp and get it filled with water. But for now, we would love to give a huge thank you to the people, the volunteers who helped us on Saturday. And they are Mike Kelly, Nick Arienti, Bob Maloney, Joe Terzighi, Bill Hall Sr., Ariana Hall, Emma Polari, Brianna Kelly, Caroline Maloney, Karina Brown, McGuire Rusa, and Mason McClick. So a big thank you for those people that helped. It took about 2.5 hours. So we're waiting for that 32-degree temperature to help us get it finished and people to go out skating. Thank you.
thank you, Kathy, and thank you everyone for helping. Okay, the first order, anything else, Chris? Anybody else out there?
Yeah,
Yep.
if I may.
Yeah.
If I may, yeah, Patty, this is nothing we have to act upon, obviously, but I just wanted to let the people of Lee know that there was a request to look into the possibility of opening up Sandy Beach maybe a little earlier, extending the season, and maybe extending the hours. And I did meet with Chris Ketchen. This is back in August.
Yeah.
And with the owner of the right of way, and there was an exchange. We've been going over it for months, actually, and I did hand in the exchanges to Cindy and to Chris, and basically next season will remain the same. The opening date would be with the school closing, and the hours will not be extended. And that's not to say it will never happen, but they are want to take some more time to consider the possibilities. But for the 2022 season, everything will remain the same.
Okay,
All right, thank you.
thanks, Bob. And so you said you've put those things in with Cindy?
I did.
Look at them. Oh,
Yep,
thank you.
thank you.
And, looks like we have Peg Byron.
Hi, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yep.
Hi, I came late. I did notice that we had a movie filmed here, or part of a movie.
Yeah.
And I'd like to thank everybody that, the selectmen, the chief of police, the Congregational Church. I think it's very interesting, and the part that I liked today, mostly in the Eagle, everything was nice. Thank you, anybody who worked on the movie or got it together, and that they loved the courtroom, that they had mentioned how it had not been changed, and how historically beautiful the town of Lee courtroom is, and the history that goes along with it. So being a history buff, I just want to say thanks to everybody, the selectmen, anybody that was involved. And it's wonderful to have such a masterpiece in the town that has such historical significance. So thanks, everybody. And I guess some of the young people were from.
Lost Peg.
Okay. Thank you, Peggy. It was
It's
kind
a
of
nice-
exciting.
I think it's very exciting. And for those of us that remember the original courtroom with Arlo and the whole thing, it's very, very exciting to think that Arthur Penn's son was working on this film. It's very interesting, and it's a great thing, I think, when we have something of this nature in our
Yes.
town. So thanks, everybody, for everything. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Peg. Chris?
Looks like that's all we have for now, Madam Chair.
Okay. Then the next, or the first order of business up is, we have in front of us a right of first refusal letter and a notice of non-exercise to be signed for Mary Lee Johansen of 545 Stockbridge Road. Does everyone have that?
Yeah.
And what this, okay, what this basically is because the land this points to has been in chapter 61A for a number of years. Now that she's asking to take it, to sell it, she has to take it out of 61A, but the town would have the right of first refusal if they wanted to purchase it. Nick, I think Nick might be on. If
Yep,
he wants to add
yes.
anything.
Nick is
Yes,
here.
can everybody hear me all right?
Yeah,
Good, well, thanks very much. Thanks for hearing this petition tonight. Yeah, my name's Nick Arienti. I represent Mary Lee Johansen. Has been the owner of this property. It's been in her family for quite a long time. At this point, her pre-existing residence is further towards the east on this road. It's 545 Stockbridge Road here in Lee. And so as Patty, you mentioned, her application is to remove a small portion. There's about 31 and change, 31 and a half acres, give or take, that she owns in total. Of that, a large portion of that is protected by a chapter 61A lien, or an agricultural tax benefit lien, because it's undeveloped and has been classified as one that is used for agricultural purposes. So she's been complying with the statute in order to take advantage of this beneficial tax interest. And at this point in time, with the exception of the portion where her house is, which is exempt from that, at this point in time, she is requesting to carve out a small parcel that's on the westerly most section of the 31 acres. It's just over 3 acres. She'd like to carve that portion out. She has a contract to sell it for a fixed sum. And so she, following the statute, again, she's requesting that the town consider her request that, again, the town waive their first refusal option that the town has to purchase the land. Of course, at the exact same terms that she has come to come to with the private buyer. So the intent of the private buyer, assuming the request is successful and the waiver is issued by the town, is simply a single family residence there, in keeping with kind of the nature of development along the road. There's only on the westerly side between Miss Johansen's house and Church Street, there's only one other residence, which is right in the corner of Church Street at this point in time. So, it's pretty modestly developed at this point. It's another single residence, a small lot. And that's the proposal, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have, and for Ms. Johansen as well.
I have a question for you, Nick.
Yes.
So this is a building lot, obviously it meets the frontage requirements and all that.
Yes.
But that entire area has been zoned for agriculture to date. I'm wondering, I'm asking out of curiosity more than anything else, how many more building lots along that as part of that parcel would be what would be available for building lots?
Yeah, so let me start by saying that other than considering the proposal of this one single lot here, which does in fact meet and exceed the zoning minimum dimensional requirements for a buildable residential lot, neither have I nor the surveyor, who is Foresight Engineering, done a calculation for kind of top end developability. But if that were proposed, what is left remaining at this point would be a little bit under 28 acres, wherein we'd have to meet the area requirements, number one, but probably more importantly, what would really drive the calculation and the analysis would be the road frontage. So, you're looking at your overall distance, and this is for what they call approval not required, or a by right development or carving of the land. So they could do that simply by filing a Form A petition with the planning board saying we're going to divide it. We meet all the minimum dimensional requirements because there's sufficient frontage. So there is somewhere after this would be granted out, there's somewhere in the neighborhood of 28 acres total, and I haven't done the linear dimensional for frontage, but I think it's a 200-foot minimum and 2-acre minimum, I believe. I don't have the bylaw right in front of me, but I believe that's what it is. So you could do the math. The other option, there would be room, frankly, if anyone was looking to maximize development, to put in a subdivision. Okay, you do a common driveway, which is, as you probably all know, a huge undertaking and process, would require permitting from the planning board, the town, select board, and involve substantial undertaking and conditional permit granting, and it is a huge undertaking. So none of that is contemplated, and I think what's before you is a simple proposal, but certainly it's a beautiful piece of land. There's no question about that. And I haven't had the discussion with my client, so I couldn't tell you anything else.
Yeah, I was asking more as more out of curiosity than anything else.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful piece of land, and certainly is by right what you're asking for. I was
Yep.
just trying to project what the possibilities might be in the future.
Yeah. Right. Well, so I think it all depends on who is looking to what someone's looking to do. Is it a maximizing value based on developability, or to more conservatively and consistently develop this land with the neighborhood? And the by right, certainly you have by right to comply with the bylaw,
Right.
and to grant get a building permit. But other than that, I don't know. The intent by the current owner has been a very conservative, consistent respectful development of the land consistent with that area, that neighborhood, and respecting, I think, the historical uses there, which have been, sensitive to the land and sensitive to that area. So I think this is consistent. The current proposal is consistent with that and is limited in its nature and request.
Thank you, Nick.
Sean, any questions?
I'm wondering about, does the town lose our right of first refusal to just the 3 acres that's being parceled off, or the entirety of the 31.5 acres?
Well, Nick can answer that, but I think it's just the 3 acres.
3 acres, that's what.
Yeah, it's just the 3. The remaining land is still subject to the chapter 61A lien. There is a lien on record. There are actually 2 liens on record, and I noted this in my application, that I think encumber the same land, because I've looked at the description. And it's what we call a partial release. So it's only releasing a portion of that lien, the small 3 acres. So we're the owner here to come back and say at a future date, we'd like all of the rest of it released. The other 28 acres or whatever, or any other portion, frankly, you'd have the right to reconsider that request new.
All right.
Okay. So I have no questions for this, and I would like someone to make a motion to request the select board to release this right of first option.
Patty, I'll make a motion to release the right of first refusal for the property of for the 3.08 acres of land located at 545 Stockbridge Road.
Okay, second.
I will second it.
Thank you. Any other questions? All in favor?
Sean Renier, aye.
Bob Jones, aye.
Pat Carlino, aye.
Right. Well, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate your consideration of this request.
Nick.
Thanks, Nick.
Great. Have a good night. Thanks.
Okay. And now we have someone's looking to approve to solicit in the town of Lee. And we have a hawker and peddler license from Trinity Solar / Tiffany M. Avengo. Hope I'm pronouncing that correct. Is Miss Avengo on the call tonight?
I have one person who's in by a phone number, but I don't see any other names. Not anyone else here by that name, so.
Chris, can you hear me?
Yep. I
Yeah.
can hear.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you could hear me. I tried to call her the other day to confirm and she never called me back. So I'm not surprised that she's not here.
Okay, well, I'd rather not vote on this without her here,
Right.
because we
Right.
always ask quite a few questions about the soliciting. So does anybody mind putting it off to see if she calls us back?
No, I agree with you, Patty.
Okay. So Cindy will write that down somewhere.
Got it.
Thank you. Okay, now we all have a nice little package from Donna Toomey. Thank you very much. The treasurer's done a borrowing. We all had to sign 150 papers. I'm exaggerating. But just so people know, we got a very good bid. It was a borrowing. Let me get my glasses. It was a borrowing that we went to market for with $5,480,000 general obligation municipal purpose loan of 2021. I think we reported at our last meeting that the bids for that came in, net bid came in at 1 point. Now I got it here, hold on. 1.34. I never got that right. Wait a minute, no,
1.32.
1.32, okay.
1.28.
Oh,
The net, 1.28,
okay.
because of the way it was bid, and there's a premium discount and all that. And this bonding does a few things. It refunds of a current bond we are already paying for. It will finance a portion of bond anticipation notes for roads and equipment. And also it has to do with the ambulance. Am I right there, Chris?
Yep,
ambulance?
ambulance and fire truck, as well as the paving that was done at the last
Right.
annual town meeting. And then it's a refinance at a lower rate of
Right,
the water plant. And I do notice that our treasurer is here, if you,
oh,
with her hand up too, if you'd like to.
oh, okay,
So-
I'd love to hear.
so,
No, I just wanted to say it was 1.28%, but you did find that, Patty. So yes.
Okay.
If you have any questions, yes, I'm here.
Yeah, no, I think that's a pretty good rate, Donna.
Oh, absolutely.
So we're taking advantage of the timing.
Good cost savings.
Yeah,
I think about over 800,000 in the long run, or the 10-year period that will be
Right.
borrowing.
anybody else have any questions about this, or?
I think you hit all the points pretty well in explaining this.
So if somebody want to make a motion? I don't know if there's a specific language, I forgot.
There's a page, I think there's 2 pages for the vote that was included with your packet.
Oh, wait a minute.
There was a summary page on the top, and below that is the vote for the selectmen. I think it was titled Vote to the Board of Selectmen. I don't know that you need to read all of that, but that's what you need to accept.
Okay. I only have a statement regarding the town of Lee, and then
Can
it
we,
says vote of the Board of Selectmen.
That's
yeah,
it. Yes,
Yep.
that's it. That's it. The vote of the Board of Selectmen.
you would want to move that as written.
Yeah.
Okay, would somebody move that as written?
I'll make a motion to, I'll move the, well, I guess I just move it as written to vote on for the bonds.
The voted and the further voted.
I see.
So we incorporate it all.
So, I guess, yeah, I'm still fuzzy on the motion language, I guess.
Can we say that we're voting for to approve the statement regarding the town of Lee, 5,185,000 general obligation municipal purpose loan or 221 bonds
Sure,
as written?
Yes,
As
as written, because it's a 3-page vote if you
Yeah.
want to read it all out.
Written.
I second.
oh, you seconded, Bob, or you voted, you motioned it?
I'll make the motion.
Yeah, I think Bob
Okay,
made.
second, okay,
Okay.
all in favor?
Bob Jones, aye.
Yay, aye.
Pat Carlino, aye. Thanks, Donna.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is we have a personnel board appointment. And I don't want to say this name wrong, so Danielle Boulay, okay. And she's asked to be, to fill the vacancy on the personnel board. And she just sent us a little note, and I see no reason why we shouldn't accept her. It's such a well-paying job, you know. And she sounds like she's got quite a bit of background, so.
Yes, yeah, I would make a motion to appoint Danielle Boulay to the Personnel Board.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Sean Lanier, aye.
Bob Jones, aye.
Pat Carlino, aye. Okay,
Maybe before we move on, Patty, this might be a good chance to, I remember a couple meetings ago, we mentioned the historical commission was looking
Yeah.
for members, and I know that, these are,
the Youth Commission, I believe, is looking for some members.
yeah, and are there any other ones that come to anyone's mind? Because it's definitely good to get people involved.
We do have a couple applicants for conservation that will come at the meeting on the 21st. So that was
Okay.
mentioned last time as well.
Right,
So,
the Conservation Commission, right? Yeah.
so we do have a couple people interested in that'll come up on the next meeting. So, and I believe the Ag Commission does have room for a couple more members as well. But
Mhm.
you guys appointed, we have 3 members of that, and we could have up to 7, I believe. So,
What commission?
agriculture.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay. How about the cable? Did we ever fill that out? Seems like there might have been one for cable, but
We did fill that, yeah. And then
Okay.
we have a new member that's just starting. They just posted a meeting for next week. That'll be our first meeting. So,
okay. So all you people that are looking for something to do, there's plenty to do at Town Hall. Okay, so the next order of business is the yearly liquor license renewals. And then we'll also have the other licenses that come at this time. So,
Patty,
yeah,
these licenses are all ones that just do with liquor establishments. The other ones
liquor
will all be
license.
done
The
at the
rest are
next
different.
meeting.
Okay.
No. The common victular, all of these sheets are all for liquor establishments.
okay.
Like the common victular,
Oh,
entertainment.
yeah,
But we have others that are not liquor, just regular little restaurants without liquor licenses. Those will come at our next meeting.
okay.
Any of
Gotcha.
the other permits that needed at that time.
Okay. So I don't know, does everyone, you want me to do one page at a time or one kind at a time and then vote on them?
I guess that would be okay. We've got, yeah, because there are several different categories. Right?
Okay, so we'll start off with the actual liquor license renewals for 2022. Alpa Mayo, 51 Park, Athena's Pizza House, Bajaj Charlie's, Berkshire Liquors, Bucky's Tavern, Chez New, Convenience Plus, Eastleigh Package Store, KJ Nosh Catering, the Lake House Inn, Lee's Sitco, Lee Package Store, Locker Room Sports Bar, Moe's Tavern, Morgan House, Oak and Spruce, Route 102 Package Store, Salmon Run Fish House, Sandry Stop Smart, the 102 Tavern, Starving Artist Cafe, Timothy's Restaurant, and the Mint Indian Lakeside Dining. Did I get them all, Cindy?
Yep.
Okay. Can I have a motion to
I'll make,
accept these for renewal?
I'll make a motion to renew liquor licenses for the stated businesses.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Sean Renier, aye.
Bob Jones, aye.
Pat Carlino, aye. Okay, the next group is the common victulars for the liquor establishments. Alpa Mayo, 51 Park, Athena's, Bajaj Charlie's, Bucky's Tavern, Chez New doing business as Cafe Scully. Kate, what?
Cafe Truscali, you had it right.
Okay. KJ Nash Catering, the Lake House Inn, Locker Room Sports Bar, Moe's Tavern, Morgan House, Oak and Spruce, Salmon Run Fish House, the 102 Tavern, Timothy's, and Mint Indian Lakeside Dining. And could I have a motion to approve the common victulars?
I'll make a motion to approve the common victular license for the aforementioned establishments.
Second,
All those in favor?
Bob Jones, aye.
Sean Renier, aye.
Pat Carlino, aye. Okay, now we have the entertainment licenses for liquor establishments. 51 Park, Baja Charlie's, Bucky's Tavern, KJ Nosh Catering, the Lake House Inn, Locker Room Sports Bar, the Morgan House, Oak and Spruce Resort, Starving Artist Cafe, and Timothy's Restaurant. Can I have a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the entertainment licenses of the aforementioned businesses.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Sean Renier, aye.
Bob Jones, aye.
Pat Carlino, aye. Getting shorter and shorter here. The innkeeper license with a liquor establishment. The Lake House Inn, the Morgan House, and Oak and Spruce.
I'll make a motion to approve the license, the innkeeper licenses for the aforementioned establishments.
Second,
All those in favor?
Bob Jones, aye.
Sean Renier, aye.
Pat Carlino, aye. And to follow it up, these are the amusement licenses. Bucky's Tavern, Oak and Spruce, and the 102 Tavern.
Make a motion to approve the amusement licenses for the mentioned businesses.
Second.
All those in favor?
Sean Renier, aye.
Bob Jones, aye.
Pat Carlino, aye. Thank you. Okay. So kind of like the last thing we have on our agenda is the master plan, open space and recreational plan. We have in our hands an agreement between the town of Lee and Berkshire Regional Commission, which we're talking about tonight to see if we want to agree to use them to help us with this. The funds have all been raised through appropriation and set aside for this. And I think I read it would start shortly after the first of the year and go on for over a year. I mean, nothing's going to be done in a couple months, so. Anybody got any questions about it or? Yeah, sorry. They expect it to begin in January of this next year and completed no later than June of 2023. So we're talking almost a year and a half.
And that's combining the open space and recreation and the master plan and doing it all with one steering committee under one contract with Berkshire Regional Planning. So.
So I don't know if the I have a few comments, but I don't know if I'd like to hear from the public first if there are any comments, if that's possible.
If anybody has any questions, raise your hand.
Don't see any hands up yet.
I'm raising my hand if I
Oh,
can.
okay, sorry.
I just haven't found my hand. I'm Claire Leahy. $65,000 and really not developing a new open space and recreation plan. It's just updating what we have already. I understand you're doing the master plan also, but the open space and recreation plan, we pretty much have our time schedule for 7 years. To update it is not that much going to be that much work. Not that much has changed since we did it 5 years ago. It's almost like we could just hand it back to the youth commission and the conservation commission and the planning board to just update their parts, because we all pretty much know what has to be done, and we can always look at GIS maps for any changes and so on. It's not that big a deal. So I would hope that you would just talk to them a little more about what the master plan is that portion of it. Thank you.
Yeah, just a clarification on that, if I could, Madam Chair.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, the town meeting, so they had appropriated 50,000 for the master and 15 for the open space. So that was an amount not to exceed. So that because we were doing the master plan, they had suggested that we could kind of tackle those both, but it doesn't necessarily mean we will be 15,000. That's the amount not to exceed that. So that's the total of the two appropriations from town meeting on that.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk to them, Claire, and we can find out what needs to be done, and if it doesn't cost that much, it doesn't cost that much.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I could see a scenario where we try to get as much bang for our buck out of the master plan, as that's gonna have a lot of pieces that, and that's again, part of the reason why we're doing the combined thing. But if the master plan is gonna kind of drive the process there, try to put a lot of effort into that, is that kind of is a larger part in a bigger process, and then maybe we can kind of control the focus or have a less targeted approach at the open space and recreational if it doesn't need as much attention.
Right.
And yeah, I'd say to Claire to stay involved and let us know, and because there will be steering committee, they'll have meetings, so we can all attend those and put out our thoughts as far as how they're handling everything and how everything's going. So
Yeah.
Be a hand from Kathy Hall as well.
Yeah, there isn't much to add, as Claire mentioned, in terms of the open space plan itself. However, to look at the last few pages of that plan, there were prioritizing things, and that would be important to look at that in terms of the master plan, because some of those things have not been completed yet, but they're important things to the town. And having a master plan would certainly relegate where the priorities are and the time frame for them. So that part's already mapped out, so to speak. So it would be very important to look at the last few pages of the open space and recreation plan to correspond with the master plan. So I would suggest looking at that very carefully.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, if I may.
Yes.
Bob Jones, I don't think there's any question. I think we're all in agreement that there needs to be work done on the master plan and open space. And that's been discussed and debated for some time now. I'm just going to say that I personally, and I've talked to any number of my constituents, have a difficult time accepting this as it's coming from Berkshire Regional Planning. And I've been very, very disappointed over their performance in recent years, and particularly in terms of the town of Lee and the role they played in the proposed PCB dump for the town of Lee. And quite frankly, I've lost confidence in Berkshire Regional Planning. And while we need a master plan, and yes, we need an open space plan, I'm going to suggest that we hold off on this and maybe put out some RFPs, see if there's a different way we can approach this. It just in terms of Berkshire Regional Planning Commission, I don't have much confidence in them at this point. I'm not sure. I know that they're regional, but I'm looking for something that's going to best serve the town of Lee, and I'm not sure that they are the right party to do that.
Okay, I respect your.
And I don't want to turn it into a debate. That I'm just looking forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I basically will, Sean, I'll suggest to you to put this off for one meeting, to put off signing this for one meeting and explore what other opportunities we have.
Yeah,
To put it out.
I think that's a good idea for yeah, for purposes of just seeing what else is out there. I don't have a problem with that.
Right. And then we can report back at our next meeting.
We do have another hand, Madam Chair, from Mr. Castignero.
Okay, is
Yay.
there a question behind that, Janice?
Oh, I
Well-
thought it was my brother. I just wanted to
Oh,
say.
yeah, it was Jim. It was Jim. Yeah, but. yeah,
Oh,
go-
sorry.
We got
You got a
both of us on here. I just speak up and say thank you, Bob Jones, because you people really need to really be thinking about this dump and the dump trucks going through our town for the next 15 years. We got to stop that. That's all I have to say. Thank you. And I believe, I don't even know, but just please put your mindset where it should be. Stop the dump. Thank you.
Anybody else out there? Chris?
Do not see any other hands. So,
Okay. So Bob, are you okay with that proposal?
I am, and I thank you for your consideration, both of you. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, so I guess we're done with our business. Oh, I heard
Oh,
somebody
you
talk.
have another hand up. Sorry.
Okay,
I saw Jim's hand up again.
oh, Jim Castanero?
Yep.
Okay,
Well, while we're waiting for Jim, if he wants to say anything, I'm just gonna plug my computer in because I'm just about to die if I don't, so.
Yeah, I guess that's it then. Don't see any other hands, but if Jim, if you're out there and you wanted to speak, feel
raise your
free.
hand.
Maybe it was just up from before, so. Oh, yeah, I got a thumbs up. I guess we're good then. Okay.
We're good?
Yep.
Okay, so you got anything up, Chris?
Yeah, just that the revenue and expense reports are available on your desk. And just a couple other notes, our new updated website should be live next week. And
Don't forget those ARPA surveys.
we also just wanted to update everybody on the open town meeting that has been signed by the governor now and will go to our referendum at the next town election. So, and that's all I have for now. So,
Okay. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So
Oh,
moved.
sorry, our next regular meeting will be December 21st. So, okay, thank you, Bob. Sean, you gonna second that?
Sure, second.
Okay. All those in favor?
Bob Jones, aye.
Sean Renier, aye.
Cat Carlino, aye. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a good night.